Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tarot and Horoscopes for the month of February with Alexandra Karakopoulou. Whoops, other way. And Sue Ellis.
That was nice.
Yes. Hello. Hey, how are you this month, Alexandra?
Busy. Everybody is busy, I think, this month. It's a busy month. It's not January anymore, but it's February. Have a nice month, everybody.
Yeah, it went so quick. I was just amazed at how quickly it went. So, yeah. Whew. Wow.
I know. And it's like a very different month than January.
Ah, interesting.
Yes. I mean, in general, I don't know. Do you want to introduce yourself or should we start with January, with February? I'm saying January again. What do you wish?
So I will introduce myself, or you could introduce yourself first. Why do I keep going? Because you are over here on my screen. Okay. So hello, my name is Sue Ellis-Saller. I'm a tarot and angel and oracle card reader. I've been doing this for like about 30 years now, I think. And I'm also a certified transformational life coach in America. I'm working on my Lebens- and Sozialberater in Austria. And so, it's busy. And so how about you, Alexandra?
Hello there. I'm Alexandra Karakopoulou. I'm here from Greece, Athens, live broadcasting, and I'm a psychological astrologer. I'm also many other things. Among those things, I also study now to be a counselor for health. I mean, health counselor, psychic health counselor. So it's really interesting because I want to combine also astrology with all these psychological therapies and art therapies and theater therapies. And it's very exciting. But yes, busy. We do a lot of stuff. And I just wanted to tell to the people also things that they don't maybe know about us, but we are not doing, I mean, we're not reading leaves or coffee. We studied these things that we do. We are still studying. It needs a lot of practice. It needs a lot of reading, the things that I'm doing and Susan does also. So we never speak about things that we don't really read or investigate. We never say stupid things to people because we know exactly that it's forecasting and it's a lot of stuff that's going to be. And so me and Sue, and I'm speaking for you also, Sue, we are really, let's say, very cautious, and we take care of what we're saying, and we think that we give the best advice to everybody in order to make life easier with the tools that we have.
Yes, exactly. And, every life or cycle has its challenges and everything like that. But it's good to be aware of these things before they come up so that you can, do what you can to get through it the best, to learn the lessons and take on the challenges as they come to you instead of like being just overwhelmed and unaware of what's coming.
That's true. So this is why we're here. Important. And we're having fun. We have to have fun.
That's most important, right?
Yes. So let me start by saying some general stuff, or will you pick a card and then I will speak? Let's do it like last time, right?
Okay. So just to let people know, today I'm working with a Chrysalis Tarot. It is from Tony Brooks and Holly Sierra. It's a really beautiful deck, super colorful. It is a little bit different than a classic tarot deck. They use different names for the like for the minor arcana, and they have some different names in the major arcana as well, but it's a really pretty deck. It's nice to work with, and I just thought the vibe for midwinter was nice. We'll work on that.
So nice. So what about February? What kind of month is it?
February? So the Six of Scrolls, and this is really a card about making a conscious decision in order to make a change in your life and moving forward courageously, not really knowing what is ahead of you, but really making that decision to leave something behind if it wasn't serving you and moving into a different space, a different area, a different way of thinking about things as well, about your life and how you go about doing things. So this is actually a wonderful card, I think, for the energy of the moment right now, because it is a time where we do need to start looking at things and thinking about things in a different way, in an overall and general perspective. So what do you think, Alexandra? How is your month coming up for us?
So, in general, I would say that it's a stable month. It's like a stability month. Of course, events unfold more slowly and are quite predictable, which leaves enough room for a maneuver, for strategy. So, if you have to make adjustments, let's say, if it's necessary. Well, we start with the harmonious sun, which is in innovative Aquarius now. And so you rethink ways of doing your life, doing your purposes, going on to your goals. Because Aquarius brings us to think about new solutions to the problems, which are really clever, let's say. So you have a desire to change your image, to change your place in the world. And this is slowly moving from theory to practice. An important moment is, of course, the snow full moon that's coming up on the 5th of February at the end of this week, Sunday, which is in glowing Leo. And the energy is so harsh, it's really harsh, and we're going to feel it. So, which can change the course of events. It's a very, very crucial day, and it's necessary to be careful. And when we want to reach an agreement, we have to be really careful and cautious what we're saying, who we're saying to, and if something is we feel explosive in the air, well, we have to compromise, please. We just think about this word, compromising. This is a key word for this week. The first 10 days of the month are the most difficult ones, as you can understand, and for any agreements or negotiations. Whatever is more important, please leave it for the last 20 days of the month. Just keep it in mind. Well, otherwise, sweet Venus is already in dreamy Pisces until February 19th. So during this period, you get the support from the people that you love around you. So your mind is open. It's very easy to communicate. On the other hand, you have to be careful with Pisces because we're not so objective to make decisions, and you might be easily influenced. So just take care. Take care. You have to be really with people that you trust. But if you have to build a trust in a person, that will take time, and maybe this person will betray you later. So keep on taking care of yourself. Well, communicative Mercury will be in workaholic Capricorn until the 10th. And during this time, well, you have to think more conservatively. So there is a reason for that, because you have to take care of yourself, as we said. Dynamic Mars will be still in communicative Gemini, a position that we overanalyzed. I think in each astrologer of this earth analyzed this aspect. It's a aspect with a lot of dynamics, and it pushes boundaries. So you can imagine what can happen throughout the world. You hear the news every day. During this time also, you have to be more informed. You have to read, you have to do your seminars, you have to take your books, your studies. In general, you will crave new information that you can use later on. You will need the information. So keep that in mind. It already started, it goes on also now, and it will go on until the 24th of March. So collect the information that you need. Your arguments will become stronger, and so that you can get away with anything you can become, whatever comes in mind. However, It may bring internal conflicts within you. So when you are stressed, keep it tender and don't use, let's say, ironic messages as a defense mechanism, because it's not going to work. So take care of yourself and everything is going to be fine.
So no sarcasm. I mean, sarcasm is my third language. I guess I won't be using that much during this time.
As you understand, it's in the program, so it's the process. But I think it's clear how I spoke about it, because it's really in detail what's coming up. So it's exciting, it's new, and we're in. And don't forget that all the planets are not in retrograde now anymore.
Very nice. So
yeah, that means that the energy is raw.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Raw.
Well, like you said, we're letting people know ahead of time so that they can kind of, add a little bit of sugar to the top of everything this week, and just in anticipation of that rawness, and just making sure that everything is, what do they say? Make your words sweet enough so if you have to eat them later, they'll go down nicely.
You could say that. Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's an interesting month for sure, and just keep that in mind. It will be good. And we have to start with Aries.
Okay.
Aries. Yeah. Will you pick a card or should I start?
You go ahead and start, since I got you up there, and then I'll pick a card afterwards.
So the phrase of the month for you, Aries, is: what do you think that you should do? And you should think about it. Don't forget to follow your heart. It's important. So follow your heart, I would say. All those challenges you were destined to take on in 2022 already seem to be slowly coming to a happy ending, my fighting Aries. Good and lucky Jupiter is in your sign, and it opens doors and brings solutions. It's like having support of more people, finally picking out the right people, new partners, and renewing old ties in February. Even any difficult relationships with your partners, with your people around you, can be avoided before it's too late. So the best time for business and partnerships is between the 1st and the 23rd of the month. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Lion, I always say Lion, Leo, makes you more generous and highly expressive. You may get tired though, and this is why you have to start not stressing out. Take your duties, but take it simple. Like, enjoy the simple joys of life, like family, your hobbies, your home. The last week of the month is maybe less favorable for putting any plans in motion. So take advantage of these last few days for you to review. Be careful of words and small talk in the first 10 days of the month. No gossips, please. Sweet Venus is there in your sign and sheds all the light in your heart. So they're around the 14th, with Valentine's Day, of course. It will bring you maybe a cosmic acquaintance, a destiny thing, a karmic thing, something that can happen when you travel or you are among with people from other cultures. Interesting. So the green light is here for you from the universe, and take advantage of it and show your most protective side and open up your emotional horizons, letting love work its magic on the days that's coming. Don't forget that the key word for this month is relaxation on all levels. The new moon on February 20th in introverted Pisces can bring karmic changes and beautiful emotions, inspiration, and insight.
Yes. Well, like writing down new moon, Pisces.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I got a 7 of Scrolls. Now this again, so it looks like intellect and thoughts processes are really coming into play this month. And I'm trying to think, I shouldn't have grabbed a new deck this month, but it does seem like there is a decision to be made this month moving forward for Aries. And you're the one who has the key to open the door. It might not be as easy as perhaps you would think it is, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't move forward. That just means that you need to get all of your resources together in order to make the best decisions to help yourself with that next step. And like you said, what do you think you should do? This choice is going to be something that's going to affect you, as your life is always. So it's the next step in the process. It's really kind of taking ownership of those things that you've decided for yourself and pushing yourself to that next level instead of going backwards and backwards and backwards again. So
true story. True story. Well, we'll go on with Taurus then.
Okay.
Where the phrase of the month is too much work eats the master, we say in Greece. So don't forget to open your heart also. It's a hard thing. February has a lot of things to do with emotions. So it's one of the busiest months for you, my stable Taurus. You'll have situations to reshape, work, and accomplish what hasn't been processed yet. Hang on in there. And the first days of the month, 10 days are a bit hard, but hang on. If you overdo it, you might even be misunderstood, so be careful. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo, well, prompts you to think about the meaning of life, to plan for the near future. The most important thing, of course, is to avoid conflict of all costs. Be careful. You make plans, though, that slowly will come to fruition. And the planets, well, they don't promise miracles, but they can help. Sun conjunction with life lesson planet Saturn in area Aquarius puts your career and social life in the spotlight. In the first and the last weeks of the month, it needs a little bit more attention to spending, I would say, with your money, I mean. So keep it moderate. You'll definitely be busy with housework, maybe some renovations, maybe remodeling, maybe changing furniture, curtains, whatever you wish. As for the beloved Valentine's Day, that is lurking and waiting for you to celebrate it, no matter how much you may not be in the greatest moods, if you decide to give your heart, well, give a beautiful gift to your beloved and don't get stuck in the past and try something new. Think about it. Try something new, a new thing to do with your loved ones, even if it's like a new Netflix series, whatever it is, something that the other one doesn't expect. The new moon on February 20th in introverted Pisces will shake you up for the better, and you may find that your prejudice and persistence may leave you and become even more flexible to new circumstances. Yep.
I like that.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Especially it has so much Venus characteristics there for them. So I've got the Hierophant, and this, like I said, this deck is a little bit different than the regular tarot associations, and so it can broaden your horizons a little bit and shift, especially if you're more of an intuitive reader. But anyway, the regular meaning of the Hierophant is to do with conservative dogma, kind of doing things the way that you've always done them. And so from what you are saying, to bounce off of that, perhaps you need to examine your conservative beliefs, the way you've been doing things, the way that everything has been up to this point in time, because we all need to shift things from time to time. And if you feel like you have been too much of a, kind of a slave to dogma or, following the rules too closely. It might be time for you to kind of step out of the norm. The Hierophant also has a lot to do with finding your community and a group of people that really, kind of understands and supports you. So there are negative and positive things that go along with, religion and philosophies of those natures. But part of it is that community support. So I think right now, Taurus really, aside from, working on the house and working on, taking responsibility and opening their heart, open your heart to people who get you, who understand you, who you are going to grow and thrive with. I think that's going to be your message for the month.
Perfect. I couldn't say it better than you. That was it. We'll go on with Gemini. Phrase of the month for you, Geminis, is by seeking light and true love, you will find your place in the world. That's nice. That's very optimistic, I think. Yeah. So by seeking light and true love, you'll find your place in the world. Your sociability, and we know that you're very social, will characterize you this month, my communicative Gemini. You may need to see the whole, the collective, the teamwork in February, which you don't really like, but you have to. Lots of work awaits you. Bear up and pull through. I'm not afraid of you. It's all about negotiations, discussions, and arrangements for new jobs and ideas, projects that you'll put on ice that you did already, are now beginning. You'll see this evolve for the next few months, but you have to start somewhere. So start. Foreign relationships and perhaps some business-related traveling are favored. Just look to organize them towards the end of the month. The period between February the 2nd and 7th is not advisable. The full moon, so you understand, on the 5th, and in glowing Leo, needs attention. It's explosive. To avoid upsetting your inner balance, mentally, forgive all transgressors. Forgive them. If possible, express your grievance in a person, that you don't like them, but in the right way. Find the right words, my God. You know yourself. You will still keeping up with everything, at home and at work, so you'll find the balance. Harmony prevails in personal life, and new understanding of family values is formed. Minor verbal conflicts might come and perhaps will be defined between the 21st and 23rd of the month. Let us be more careful, though, what we say and how we say it. Friends consistently play an important role in your decisions and influence you positively. St. Valentine's Day is here on the 14th and invites you to take a little getaway, even if you can't travel, though. Put your imagination to work, put quarrels aside, and unwind with your partner to create new memories. The new moon on February 20th in introverted Pisces pushes you to make beautiful new beginnings and see further in front of you what's coming up next.
My card varies a little bit from yours now, and it's interesting. So I got the Empress, but reversed. So this is telling me that, Gemini might have started a project recently or might have something kind of coming up that they've been planning a lot for and really trying to build and grow in silence. But unfortunately, this month, it's not going to manifest, or it's not going to come out in the way that kind of they had hoped. That doesn't mean that you stop working on it. That doesn't mean that you give up on the project. What that means is it's not ready. It's not mature enough to bring into light yet. So instead of getting, frustrated or irritated by the lack of progress this month, really kind of, again, center within yourself, find things that inspire you, maybe put the project aside for a little bit and give it time to kind of, bake on its own, shall we say, without your influence, because it might just need time to pass. You might not have all of the necessary ingredients or people or experience in order to move it forward. So don't lose your patience this month, Gemini. We know that that can be a hard thing for you, but but just let it grow on its own. Come back to it maybe in April. Nah. Well, we'll say in April because that's what came out. But come back to it in April. Give it a couple of months to kind of.
Keep it in mind.
Yeah, exactly. And then see what happens. You might come to it with a fresh perspective, with a new energy, and with the experience and maturity that it needs to be able to finally manifest in its full mature form.
Well, it's not so different though if you think about it, because I said it starts. It's not manifesting.
Yeah.
It starts. You have to start from somewhere, but it's not the best month for Gemini for sure. It's not the. I'm so sorry, my lovely Gemini. It's not the best month. Well,
every
yeah.
month can't be great, right?
So we'll go on with Cancer. Phrase of the month is, as long as I know how to love, I will survive, as Gloria Gaynor said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as long as I know how to love, I will survive. Well, the planets are aligned, and each of them has something to give to you, my sensitive Cancer. Of course, it would be good to prepare yourself mentally and spiritually throughout all of February. A month that is suitable for relaxing and managing procedural administrative matters. You may well settle interpersonal or other relationships calmly and leave the more difficult and complex ones for a busier period, which will be, let's say, early March. So this month is not the best month for that. Issues from the past may make a reappearance in the first 10 days of February. Be careful. With the full moon on the 5th on glowing Leo, it brings minor turbulences and emphasizes ego, your ego, but not your ego, the other one's ego. So you might feel offended or something like this. So defend yourself. This is what I wanted to say. You will gain confidence and you will gain this love for life. Don't worry. If you want, you can do all the things you were afraid to think about before. Good Valentine's Day on February 14th favors your personal life and colors the day accordingly. Long distance relationships or new change encounters when you travel or when you go out in general can put a romantic spin on your life. Even long-term relationships have their place. For those around us who are not into the arts, but for those who are in the arts, this month gives inspiration in general. And maybe you want to research to do stuff that you didn't do before, but you want to do it now. So get inspired. Leave the whole atmosphere inspire you. Just make sure you'll always ask the right questions. Huh? Think about it. The new moon on the 20th in introverted Pisces brings beautiful feelings and dreams, lots of dreams. So take a notebook, write down your dreams, and get inspired. Huh?
Nice. Very good. It seems like it does turn out in the end, in the long run for them this month.
Yes.
But in the theme, I will survive, we got the 2 of spirals reversed for them this month. And this is a card about contracts, partnerships, a passion that has 2 sides to it. And unfortunately, when it's reversed, it will be problematic for the month of February. So, we tend to look outside of ourselves sometimes for the things that we need to find within ourselves the most. So the love, the nurturing, the caring, the support. And so my sweet, sweet Cancers, because you know they're sweet and they just want to love and be loved in return. Really make sure this month that you have proper expectations for your relationships, that you're not, pushing boundaries that you wouldn't want other people to push for you. If things don't work out right away, again, in the same way that I told Gemini, don't write it off as being, something that will never happen. Just get that patience, get that space, try not to run away from it. But I do feel like this month is going to be definitely have delays as far as, any kind of contracts are concerned, any kind of partnerships are concerned, or any kind of, love relationship that is, people might not have the same amount of spark at the same time. And that's okay. It doesn't line up all the time. And so readjust your expectations accordingly this month, and just don't let it beat your ego.
Yeah, they're sensitive, I know, but it's a process.
Yeah.
A process.
Definitely. And learning and growing is a process, and love is not always happy and right.
I know. Leo. So we'll go on with Leo. Phrase of the month for you, Leo, is by sticking together, we can do everything better. One heart, one soul. Yes, I think I'm inspired this month. I'm writing my titles like really poetic. I don't know what's happening with me. So by staying together, we do everything better. One heart and one soul. What does this mean? Balance and teamwork are very important to you in February, my shining Leo. I know you prefer to work alone and be the leader, but it's time to try something else. Notice what you have and where you fall short of others and how you could benefit from it. It's like slowly getting into the center of things, like the obstacles are slowly going away one by one. Meetings and negotiations around this month, it's okay. They're good. Of course, all relationships have a little difficulty in the first 10 days of February, as you can imagine. So don't waste your time with your temper unnecessarily. Now stay relaxed, as much as relaxed as you can stay, and give extra emphasis and momentum in April and May. April and May, as Susan said, like April. I don't know why, but it was important. The full moon on the 5th in your sign sheds light in many places, in many themes, in many subjects of your life, and might cause some minor upheavals or minor explanations, and perhaps stimulates your ego a little too much. You feel so irresistible and desirable at the moment that you will flirt a little more recklessly, whoever flirts around there in Leo, in the Leo sign. Passionate Valentine's Day on the 14th steers up the heart, and dynamic Mars joins all this, creating maybe small jealousies and misunderstandings. Don't worry though. Hold your ground and don't tire your lovely mind. Well, enjoy the moment, have fun with those who you choose, and stay away from any form of toxicity. So, toxic things, we don't want them away, hush, hush, away. The new moon on February 20th in introverted Pisces make you feel like you want to be alone, but that's only for the best. Maybe you need this time at the end of the month. And in the end, it makes you stronger.
Interesting, because I do see balance as coming up as a theme for Leo as well. Balance and generosity, actually, because we got the 6 of Stones, which is a card that is to deal with generosity. Make sure too this month that any kind of, generosity or giving is actually based on a true sense or spirit of generosity and is not used as a manipulative tool to, to influence somebody's love, to get the things that you want. Because this month, I really feel like that balance is going to be super important for Leo. And you mentioned, their ego is going to be kind of up and down this month. And so don't let those down days like push you into over generosity where you're not feeling like things are going to be returned and reciprocated as well. Really, this month, Leo, dive deep into your generous nature and your generous spirit. Make sure that you're giving in a balanced and harmonious fashion to other people. And again, things will grow from that balance. It's really important this month, and it's going to help. One of the things that I see here is this, this knot work. And I really feel like that generosity this month is going to help to solidify some of the ties in your life. But as Alexandra was saying, when your ego is hot, when you're feeling good, when you're flirting and everything like that, just watch out and make sure that everything is grounded and rooted. Because flirting, there's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure that it's not hurting anybody who's in your realm or field. Make sure that everything is okay on even keel, and that generosity too might come in the form of flirty behavior and more of a playful place.
You know what they say? Your ego is not your amigo.
But it's trying to keep you why can't I say the word? Safe.
I like this thing. I like it. As I don't know, I don't remember where I've read it, but I was laughing about half an hour because I find it funny on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's really clever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. Your ego is not your amigo. How many times were we so egoistic and it never gave a solution to the problems? It made the problem bigger. It's nothing. Yeah, I know. So Leo, be careful.
Yes, definitely.
So we'll go on with Virgo. My ascendant. What's the phrase of the month for Virgos? In the pursuit of love, everyone has rights.
Ooh,
that's deep, 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 deep. Your satisfaction when you do your job, it's very important for you. Also in February, my organizational Virgos. To achieve your goals, you must stay on the right place, keep your distance, and seize the opportunity when it presents itself. Patience is an important commodity. The changes don't stop here, though. The chaos is somewhere further away and from you now, and everything seems calmer. February is fast-paced, beautifully and intensely energetic month, and you're preparing for several important professional changes that will play an important role in your future successes. Keep it in mind. You're inside this process, changes and process. It is certainly very helpful to be completely honest with yourself. Those of you who are dealing with overseas jobs and contacts from different cultures, now it's time to take the opportunity if you feel like you have to do something with it. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo does not promise professional success, though. As I said before to all the other zodiac signs, and I will say it for everybody, the first 10 days of the month are really complicated, and I would not say they're the best for professional stuff. So keep it for the other days. To succeed, though, you need to carefully work out every detail, and you're very good at it, step by step, and overcome difficulties. You have the know-how. I know it. Not everyone is capable of achieving that or to be methodical. You can. You will want to clean the house, though, in the meantime. Maybe you feel like a little bit abnormal and you have a psychosomatic thing, but with cleaning. But just keep in mind that maybe you have some family members who want to help you. And don't argue with them the way they handle, I don't know, the broom. I mean, don't do that. The honored and beautiful St. Valentine on February 14th prompts you to show more compassion and understanding to your partner. Please understand them more, because as much as you want to be realistic many times, put it away for a little while aside and enjoy the warmth and companionship. No need to give advice again, day in and day out. Don't do it this time. The new moon on 20th, on the 20th of February in introverted Pisces brings out the child in you and favors important decisions and new beginnings.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Well, the card that I picked, and you got to look at how gorgeous this card is. It's the Justice card.
Wow.
Now, this underscores a couple of the different points that you had to make this month. So, balance, looking at everyone's perspective, not just your own, really recognizing the rights that other people have, but also like this balance and harmonious interaction and getting along together. You may have interacted with people in the past with a little bit of, like you said, kind of a little bit more stern and with your desires, or this is how I would do it. This is what you need to do. But justice, if it's not related to an actual court case and that going well and everything, it's a reminder to look at everyone's perspective in a situation and to hold those perspectives as important as your own perspective on something, and to really take everyone's feelings into consideration and allow that balance and harmony to come through in the moment and not go overboard. But I really feel like this is an upright card, so it shouldn't be an issue. It just is a reminder to double check in that space for yourself.
Perfect. I have nothing to make a comment to. Almost exactly as I described it. So, yeah, we have to be careful. Well, I will go on with Libra. Phrase of the month for Libra: a beam of light, a God, and a vision. Very cryptic, I know, but it plays a role. A beam of light, God, and a vision. Avoiding the difficulties and distraction that can be created from inside out are issues that will be on your mind in February, my diplomatic Libra. It would be wise to get stronger, harden yourself, emotionally more, and challenge yourself to be a little more competitive than usual. So not so diplomatic. Difficult? Of course it is. But you can now pursue your hidden passions, more creative hobbies, and generally your more creative professional aspects. You are children of Venus. You have something arty in you. We know that. The first 10 days of the month are not particularly favorable for work, as minor disagreements are expected, which you will overcome later, of course. Don't worry though. Things will work out. Beware of relationships with your supervisors, if you have any, because you may come into a conflict. We don't want that. If you see that it's getting nowhere or anywhere, just take the extra work upon yourself. And when the time is right, again, you'll sort it out. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo puts yourself to the test. So focus on the preparatory stage. Make a schedule for tasks, review documents. So prepared. Take an interest to anything related to art. As I said before, the craving for aesthetic pleasures increases and you want to surround yourself with beautiful things. Now more than ever. This is a good time to go for shopping, to refresh your wardrobe. Good Valentine's Day on February 14th can give you the feeling that you are losing your freedom and that you want to flirt around. But when you desire someone, specifically a special somebody, please do it in some beautiful ways. Don't flirt around. Just stay with this one person for some days. It cannot happen something, I mean, difficult. Enjoy. Your Venus favorite children, don't forget that. The new moon on February 20 in introverted Pisces brings new beginnings and will give you maybe a grand gesture for everybody who has to do with group projects. So whatever you do collectively, it favors you.
Well, you know what's funny? Okay, take a look at what you said. A beam of light, a God, a vision.
What happened? Oh, no way.
Yeah. So this is no. The Hermit card is a card about, kind of stepping back a little bit from the crowd and finding your own way, your own light, your own vision, your own way of doing things. Because sometimes we get, kind of lost in the hustle and bustle, in the shuffle, and we really can't connect anymore with our own wisdom and divine guidance. So this month for Libra, it's going to be really important to give yourself that space and that time to really connect with your own self, with your higher self, and with your higher purpose, and use that purpose as a catalyst for growth, for creation. And also, to tie it in with what you were saying after the new moon, this might be a time when other people seek you out for your wisdom, for your resources, for that guidance and support. The Hermit is somebody who generally lives alone and by themselves and keeps place, but it's also somebody who people seek out as a guide and as a wise advisor. So again, the beam of light, a God, a vision. Make space for that this month for yourself, but also remember that you can share that wisdom and that vision with others. Don't be pushy about it, but really, align with it and let it kind of flow through you and create something for yourself.
Yes. Super, really super.
The people couldn't see me laughing because I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. But you were laughing, I'm sure about it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Scorpio.
Yay, Scorpios in the house. Whoever says that Scorpios are not good, banished.
Yes, exactly.
It's our sign. Come on, guys and girls, come on. So, phrase of the month. In order to move forward in my life and be happy, I must pay attention to the smallest detail. Yes. Yes. It's a big phrase, but it's really important. So, we say that, how do we say that? The truth is hidden always in small details, and I believe in that. So February is the month to take it a little more easy, my secretive Scorpios. It's an intense month. I think Sue and me already talked about it before our live. And it has a lot of energy that you feel like you want to waste, but maybe a little unnecessarily. We have to keep it organized, I think. Communicate more, embrace diversity, and look for information. It's a good idea to keep a journal or notes, like the good old days, so you can remember afterwards what you did, what ideas you kept, and what you threw away. Those of you who are work addicts, this is definitely your month and will reward you in the near future around March, April again. Susan, are you listening? April. Travel for business or you to see your extended family is in the cards. Yeah. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo prompts you to let those around you think you are secretive or even distrustful, but they only think about it. We are not like this. The main thing is to stay true to your own principles. Professional success Love victories and nothing less. Though you will have to overcome your fears, the road to happiness is thorny. We know that it's not coming up on roses. Follow the truths of your soul and don't regret for anything. On February 14th, on St. Valentine's Day, tells you that everything will fall into pieces as it should. Your instincts are guiding you well if you let them show you the way, of course. It's not happening either else. Don't deny yourself an intense spiritual experience with your partner. It can unite you emotionally like you never imagined. The new moon on the 20th in introverted Pisces fills you with emotion and beautiful images. Caution is needed when you decide to open Pandora's box once again, because you can.
So
I
interesting there. I'm all like, dun, dun, dun. So I got the 5 of Cups reversed, or the 5 of Mirrors reversed. And again, look at how pretty these cards are.
Wow, these are really nice cards. Wow.
Yeah. So this, I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, this month is going to be a month when you're really focused on the things that are there in your life and not what isn't there. And that's going to be really important, because sometimes it's easy to, say, gosh, I don't have all of these things that I want. And gosh, I'm not, where I want to be yet. But the whole thing is to think about, the way is the goal, rather than I'm so far from my goal. How far have you come so far? That is the more important thing sometimes, what you do have and not what's lacking in your life. So if you start to, fall into a place where you're starting to feel a little sad for yourself or whatever, really think this month again about, where is your focus? Where does your focus lie? Where does it need to be? And what have you accomplished? What are you creating? What have you created in the past? And really, how much have you done to work towards your goals? And I think that when you take those things into consideration, it's going to switch your mood a whole bunch. Really.
That's true. Oh, wow. It's an intense month, though, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I know. I can feel it. I mean, I already feel it, as I told you. Work, 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 and a lot of intense procedures. We'll go through this.
Yeah.
Crazy. So we'll go on with Sagittarius. And guess what, Sagittarius? The phrase of the month for you is open your heart. That's the key. So easy. So easy. So to feel safe, you need to get back to your roots in February, my traveling Sagittarius. Think about what is important to you. What people play the most important role in your life. This is also a time when many positive opportunities are reflected. If you look deep within yourself, you will see things that, even insignificant to others, are important to you. Your life will not stop being full of colors and images, though. The first 10 days will be more difficult for any kind of transactions. Save the easy ones and all the things that concern you for the last 20 days of February. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo has a few tensions, misunderstandings, and words that hide selfishness. You will not be discouraged, though. It's not in your nature to be sad for long periods of time, as we know. You're so playful. You're like a little child inside of you, so you know how to deal with it. Even if there are many problems to be solved, there is time for fun for you. Always. You always find time for fun. At the same time, the priority shifts to family. Instead of a crazy party, a quiet party at home. And there we come to Valentine's Day on the 14th, which may bring, in addition to chocolates and small arguments at the tables. But with your diversity and childishness, you will find a way to have a great time. Then you moon on February 20 in introverted Pisces brings you images from the subconscious, and it's good to work with them. Dreaming, work with whatever you dreamed, instinct, whatever comes in your mind. So travel and moving from now on is favored. So you can organize your travels too, and this is what you want. I know.
Love it. So going back to that playfulness, that passionate, got the Knight of Spirals and the Corsair. Yeah. And he is passionate. He's all about passion. He's all about chasing his passion. This is the Don Juan, but also not only the Don Juan, but also the one that's not afraid to live their dreams, that's not afraid to pursue what fires them up in life, no matter what anybody else has to say about it. So Sagittarius, this is you. I mean, come on. Like, Sagittariuses are definitely people who walk to their own beat and who don't mind, kind of being odd and different and extraordinary. And this month, really double down on your passions and double down on finding that internal fire, that internal playfulness, those things that motivate you and keep you fired up, and allow that to spread to the people around you, because this is not a card of keeping it to yourself either. This is a card of taking that passion and sharing it with the people who matter the most to you in your life. So yeah, definitely a wonderful fiery, hot.
Okay. I like what I hear.
I'm almost wishing I was a Sagittarius now. Never.
Me too, but we're Scorpios.
Yeah, Scorpio is okay too.
Definitely okay. Well, we'll go on with Capricorn. Phrase of the month is money can't buy love. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. February reminds you that you are leaders, that you have many talents, and whatever you set your sights on, you achieve, my workaholic Capricorns. Whatever makes you feel stronger and more energetic, you embrace it, and rightly so. Whether you belong to the shy Capricorns and retiring ones, or you belong to the more extroverted ones, it's time to externalize and articulate what you are so good at and why you stand out. Speak about it. Well, the first 10 days of the month are a bit more challenging and have little disagreements and fightings. But then the mood changes. The full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo will give you the strength to embark on more ambitious projects. However, just don't rush into things and take the initiative. You need to prepare properly for future achievements to come. Don't forget your boundaries and be true to your wants and beliefs. St. Valentine's Day on the 14th opens your eyes as well as your heart more and invites you to feel your heart more and less realistically. After all, you are the master of your destiny. At least that's what you believe. And I love that you say it out without fear or passion. So it suits you perfectly. The new moon on February 20th in introverted Pisces favors new beginnings, projects, and gives you more sensitive side up. Well, we need to see your more sensitive side sometimes, You can either start a hobby, or you had it long in mind and you didn't dare. So dare.
Well, it's kind of funny because you say money can't buy love as their theme, and really this month the sun comes up reversed. Now this is kind of, if you see the sun upright, and this is the only sun I've seen with like a little tear on his eye or their eye.
But
the sun is never a bad card. It can show you shadows. it can illuminate things that perhaps you don't necessarily think about on the daily and regular basis. So it might be time for Capricorns to shift the perspective on what they're doing, what their goals are, how they're spending their time and energy this month, and to really kind of seeing how is it that I do things on a normal day-to-day basis, and how can I make that better? What things am I actually leaving in the shadows that need to come in the light? What do I need to give more time, attention, and energy to? Because we both know that Capricorns sometimes can be really, really focused, and that their love language is, support, wealth, health, healthiness, things like that. But this might be a card to say, slow that down. Could all this work be casting a shadow on other things that are really important to you in your regular life? So this month, Capricorn, I want you to think, not that things are bad, there goes my Capricorn right there, but how can you shift things a little bit to, like I said, what's lying in the shadows right now? What do you need to bring up to the surface? What do you need to give that time, energy, passion, warmth to? And I feel like that might be it, what's sitting in the corner that needs to come out and play, that needs sunshine and attention in order to grow and thrive.
I'm married to a Capricorn. I should know that.
Yep. So that's this month, huh?
Oh, yeah. But I know. I already told him that. I know. Well, and we go on with Aquarius now. Phrase of the month, my Aquarius. Take the reins and show us the way. Huh? February is a great month for you, my area Aquarians. You can resolve your issues, both personally and professionally. Of course, you are strongly showing two faces, the personal one and the social self. To be able to manage all these radical changes that are happening, it would be good to get in touch with your inner child more. You don't have to please everyone. You're not tequila. That's not your role. Sweet Venus helps your finances this month. Whatever expenses you have will be in the first 10 days of February. These are also the most problematic days with the most chances for misunderstandings, pretty scrabbles, and obstacles. All this will pass relatively quickly, though. The full moon on the 5th of the month in glowing Leo, will bring you creative ideas. Imagination is full in swing, and energy demands an outlet. Source of inspiration is your family, or whoever you think is family. All efforts are thrown into maintaining your home, or whatever you have as a safe place. You say it's home, it's manifesting. On February 14th, in Valentine's Day, there is a risk of misunderstanding. Well, maybe the intentions of the people who love you or you love. Use your logic and don't let your negative, almost stressful feelings get the better of you. Enjoy the moment and the romance it can offer you. Let it go. The new moon on February 20 in introvert Pisces favors projects, big projects, small projects, different plans on the horizon, and invites you to see further, still deeper into yourself, because you have the answers you need.
And on that note, the Seven of Mirrors. So this is a card sometimes of decision paralysis, of having too many different choices or options and not being able to choose which one you want to take or pick in order to move forward, or getting lost in that space of consideration and taking all the possibilities. Sometimes all you have to do is choose one. Like Alexandra said, take the reins, ride that horse, direct it, because you can't drive it at 17 different places at once. What you have to do is figure out what is it that you truly want right now and focus your time and your energy on that. It may be difficult this month, and that might be why this card is coming up. But also, you know, one of the things I liked about this deck was the fact that the cups are mirrors. And so each of these choices is a mirror showing a different perspective or a different potential for you to become in the end. And your indecision may be related to something that either you don't want to admit about who you are or you're not really sure about yet. And I would both probably tell you to do is to choose the one that feels best to you, to choose the one that makes you feel the most powerful, and end up going that way, because life is a series of decisions that you make. It's a series of choices. And of course, in order to move forward, you have to make a choice, because if you don't make a choice, you're just going to sit there and look at everything, and you don't want to get stuck right now, especially not Aquarius. Right now is your time to shine and to lead. And, you know, what kind of leader do you want to be? That could be a question that goes along with this card.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Really perfect. I'm excited. Perfect. And lovely cards. I love this detail that you pointed out, that they are mirrors and not cups. Wow. Wow. I have never thought about it like this. But it's true. It has a lot of meanings. Lot of meaning. Wow, perfect. I'm gonna come back at the end. So
Okay.
we have Pisces now, our last zodiac sign.
Hi, Mom.
Is the answer, my friend, is the whistle in the wind. It sounds like a song. Yeah, no, it is. Blowing in the wind, and I said the whistle in the air, in the wind, whatever. So the energy of February brings you calm and detachment, my dreamy Pisces. I guess it's time to recharge your batteries. The last month had a lot of fatigue and stress, and it's probably time to relax now. For all of you who are involved in spiritual practices and alternative forms of healing, now it's a favorable time to find ways to apply them to various areas of your life that need it. It would be good to feel more harmony within yourself, as it is important to find the safe space to protect yourself when you need it. Definitely the first 10 days of the month are most difficult and most problematic. So don't take any chances, don't do big projects, don't just keep it for the last 20 days of the month. Definitely then comes a full moon on the 5th in glowing Leo that pushes you to focus on solving everyday problems. Monotonous activity is the best remedy for unnecessary thoughts. That means that if you think complicated and start pushing yourself and stressing out yourself, do whatever you do mechanically each and every day. I don't know. You wake up, you make your bed, you wash your face, you put your cream, then you do your breakfast, then you dress up, then you go to work. Do routine things. It will solve many issues. Good Valentine's Day on the 14th of February definitely brings you closer spiritually to the other half and gives you the feeling of becoming one with your partner. The last few days of February are appropriate for all those things that you have not progressed, especially from the 21st to the 28th, where it comes the new moon also inside of that. So we have the new moon, your sign, on the 20th of February, so it's good and favors new beginnings. So you have then the time in front of you to feel the changes, because the changes are here. They're not coming anymore. They are here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I get the 5 of spirals, and this is the 5 of wands in the regular tarot deck. And this is a card about using what others are doing instead of focusing on comparison. Focus on inspiration, because allow yourself to be inspired by the things that you see around you. Allow yourself to compete on a positive, in the positive way that competition can drive you to do better, can drive you to create something completely new and exciting because you've seen something that somebody else has done that really captures your imagination and your spirit. It can also mean, a little bit of wasting time, kind of elbowing your way through the crowd this month. So really focus on what do you need in order to be the best version of your own self. While you can look at what other people are doing and take that, as I said, and use that as ground for inspiration, don't allow it to mess with your head if you're not in the same place that other people are. Like I said, use it as a tool rather than punishment or a bludgeon. You know what I mean? So don't beat yourself up over where you're at compared to other people. Instead, aspire to be more like the people you admire in your community and have fun with the other people. This might also be a time for Pisces to really kind of engage in banter and have fun conversations with people that are a little bit more fiery than normal. And that's okay, because kind of harnessing this energy of fire, of spirit, is very different for Pisces. It's very much outside of their, kind of normal way of doing things. But it can be very productive. It can cause them to change their state of being and to become more the person that they want to be and do the things that they're really, truly very drawn to do in a more social way.
Super. No, I'm just that's super. Pisces. Aquarius and Pisces are two signs that are gonna play a very important role in the future. So we need to understand a lot about their core, how they think, they feel, how they breathe, and what qualities they bring with them. So it's very important what you said, and the mirrors that you said, because I think that 2023 is exactly that. It's the mirror that you keep, that you hold in front of you, and you never did that before so intensively. But this time, it's time to do it intensively, because if you don't face your issues, if you don't face yourself, how it really is, and not something fake, a fake personality that you create, then believe me, you will have so many problems in the future, because the future that's coming, it's going to be so fast forward. It's going to bring so many changes that you'll have to face yourself each and every day. And everyday life is going to be different. So if you are not happy or really good with yourself, or if you're not honest with yourself, then you'll have big problems, my friend. It's not going to be easy for you. So we go on from flexibility, we go to the truth. Step by step, we need to know the truth. Filter, be truthful, of course, flexible. It never stops, all over the place. But the mirror, wow, this was a key word. This was perfect. I love it. I will keep it. I will use it. This is perfect.
Yeah. And I like what you're saying too, because there is this drive for more openness, more transparency. And, it is a mirror, and sometimes we have to really be very honest about what we're facing, who we are, what we're showing the world about ourselves. And the whole thing is that you can adjust, you can modify, you can be yeah, you can shift. And that's a part of astrology, that's a part of tarot, that's a part of life coaching, that's part of psychological health and well-being, is really truly embracing who you are, accepting that person, and becoming the best version of yourself that you possibly can. So that's why we're here to help you. And
this is what I'm doing also. It's very hard because you have to work with yourself every day, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. It's worth it. But it's a long journey. I'm sure that everybody would need it more and more in the future. I'm happy that we are now facing years that people open up more, and you can speak openly about the diversity and about psychological health. Whatever comes in your mind and it's good for your health and mental health is exactly, it's so important as your physical health. So it's so important. I mean, the ancient Greeks said a lot of stuff about it. It's really, in my culture, I have it from the day I was born, and every Greek has it because of these ancient Greek philosophers. They always said that if you keep your mind healthy, then you can keep your body healthy, and you have the balance, then you have the key to a long, beautiful life. So important, so easy to say and so hard to do, but it's important.
Oh yeah, and it's becoming more easy now, like you said, with mental health being more acceptable, and with working on yourself, seeking therapy, healing, also self-care. Like hello, like I'll say like maybe 20 years ago, people weren't allowed, I don't think, as much as they are today, to really even take time for themselves, women especially.
Yeah. That's a big issue. We can speak hours about it, but it's important. No, I'm so happy that we're doing this. This is important. We mix up all our predictions and our forecast also with some good tips also for the psyche, for the mind, for the soul, for each aspect of life. This is important. Oh, this is nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think it's important. And as long as we have this opportunity, we will take this opportunity and speak out.
Yes, exactly.
So
and we'll help move forward, move everything forward, play your part, play your role,
Yay.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, we will, if you wanted to get a reading, an astrological chart reading from Alexandra, you can message her at alexandra@theaworld.org, right?
Yeah, or Alexandra's Universe. You'll find me in Facebook. You'll find me in Facebook. You'll find me in whatever I said 2 times. Facebook. I'm tired.
Instagram too.
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok also. In YouTube also. I mean, whatever you just write down Alexandra's Universe or the A World, and I will come up. And I'm happy about it.
And my name is Sue Ellis-Saller, and if you want a tarot reading or to sit down and make a plan for your future and goal creation and work on those kind of things, you can find me. It's kind of like Mississippi. I'm Sue Ellis-Saller. You can see my name on the screen here. And you can find me at SueEllisSaller.com. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, all of the places, and a few you probably aren't even aware of.
Thank you so much, Sue. It was a pleasure as always.
As always, definitely. And thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Mom, thank you. Our best fan. Yay, love you. See you later, everybody. Take care.